One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest is set in a mental institution in Oregon and narrated by Chief Bromden, a half-Native American patient who pretends to be deaf and mute. The story begins with the arrival of Randle P. McMurphy, a new patient who has chosen the institution over a prison sentence, believing it to be an easier way to serve his time. McMurphy quickly realizes that the ward is run by the tyrannical Nurse Ratched, who maintains strict control over the patients through manipulation and punishment. McMurphy becomes a catalyst for change as he challenges Nurse Ratched's authority and inspires other patients to stand up for themselves. His rebellious spirit and infectious confidence breathe new life into the ward, and he organizes activities like card games, a fishing trip, and a basketball game, which help the patients regain their self-esteem and sense of individuality. His influence on the ward fosters a sense of camaraderie and resistance against the oppressive regime of Nurse Ratched. The power struggle between McMurphy and Nurse Ratched escalates as McMurphy's defiance continues. Nurse Ratched tries various methods to break McMurphy's spirit, but he remains resilient. This culminates in a pivotal scene where McMurphy attacks Nurse Ratched, leading to his punishment, electroshock therapy, and eventually a lobotomy. Despite these severe consequences, McMurphy's actions have a profound impact on the patients, particularly Chief Bromden. Chief Bromden, inspired by McMurphy's bravery, decides to reclaim his own agency. In a final act of defiance, he smothers the lobotomized McMurphy to end his suffering and escapes from the institution, symbolizing his newfound freedom. Chief Bromden's escape signifies the triumph of individuality and the human spirit over oppressive forces. The novel ends with Chief Bromden's escape into the real world, leaving behind the oppressive environment of the institution. McMurphy's sacrifice is not in vain, as it ignites a spark of rebellion and self-assertion in the other patients. The story highlights the struggle between individuality and institutional control, the power of human connection, and the importance of personal freedom. Life lessons from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Stand up against oppression. McMurphy's relentless defiance against Nurse Ratched's tyranny teaches the importance of standing up against oppressive authority. Challenging unjust systems can inspire others and lead to significant change. Value of individuality. The novel underscores the importance of maintaining one's individuality in the face of conformist pressures. McMurphy's unique personality and resistance to institutional control help the patients rediscover their own identities and strengths. The power of human connection. The bonds formed between the patients under McMurphy's influence show that human connection and solidarity can provide strength and support in difficult times. Collective resistance and camaraderie can help overcome adversity. Courage to change. Chief Bromden's transformation from a passive, oppressed individual to someone who takes control of his destiny illustrates the power of personal courage. Change often requires taking risks and confronting fears, but it can lead to liberation and growth. Sacrifice for the greater good. McMurphy's ultimate sacrifice demonstrates the impact one individual can have on a community. Sometimes fighting for what is right may come at a personal cost, but it can lead to a greater good, inspiring others to continue the struggle for justice and freedom.